Hi, I'm Michelle Roberts. I'm a psychologist and I work in the area of children and disasters. And I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to have a conversation with you today about the ways in which you can support infants, children and young people and yourselves through this disaster. Sometimes when a disaster's unfolding and happening, and they don't always happen in one go, as you probably know, because I know that a lot of you have seen the fire coming, been warned, evacuated, had a chance to come back and may have to evacuate again at another point. So I'm wanting to speak with you about how to look after yourselves, because that'll help you look after your infants, the babies, your children and the young people around you. One of the real challenges of disasters is how unpredictable they are, and you can be very well prepared and still find that you're caught off guard with your own responses, with the ferocity and the sound of the fire, or even just how anxious and distressed you're feeling about what's happening. So it's important for us to realise that being prepared is very helpful. There'll always be something unexpected and unknown, and the more that you've thought about what might happen before it happens, the better equipped you're going to be to managing the situation. Because my focus is on the children, it's really important to me that you, as the adult, are as prepared and organised as you possibly can be for what the eventualities might be. You need a plan A, a plan B and a plan C. So the unexpectedness, the overwhelmingness of a disaster really can be incredibly challenging. And when that challenge is there for a sustained period, you get very tired and fatigued, and you get sick of having to make very important decisions all the time. So it's really important that you're very conscious of how you care for yourself to do the best by your family and those that you care for. So be mindful to take a break. Be mindful to have some time out. Be mindful about looking after your own needs to eat and to drink and to rest and to just check on how things are going, and to take yourself to a safe spot whenever you can, just to have that breather. This will give you the thinking and the energy to make the best decisions when the challenges are there. One of the things that I'm really conscious of is that for a lot of children, this isn't their first time of having the anxiety related to a disaster being in your community. And I think in some of the communities that are being impacted at the moment, they had significant bushfires at the start of this year, and before the year's even finished, there's another significant bushfire that they have to be planned for and to be watching and to be responding to. So having compounding and recurrent events can make us stronger, but they can also make it tougher. And I'd like to be able to say all people are likely to react this way, all children will feel this way about what's happening, but there's so much difference in how we experience threat. So your children will be looking to you to get a measure of how safe or unsafe they are. They'll be watching you to see what you do when you get very distressed and overwhelmed by your fear or you're upset, and what strategies you're using to calm yourself down and to be able to think logically about what the next step is. They'll be aware and also experiencing themselves how tiring it is to be packing the car and getting in and going into town to get away from the fires, or to wherever your family has decided is the safest place to go. And then they'll come back and they'll unpack and everything will calm down, or you may not even unpack, you might just keep those things in the car. But there'll be times where as a family you'll come together in the quieter moments where you feel a bit safer, and you'll have a chance to say, how did we go? What worked with that? What do we want to do differently next time? It's always important to look at what you learn and to build on your knowledge. And so having had 2 disasters in 12 months, you've had an experience. You know what you now would use as your trigger for leaving. You know what you need to do with your animals, what worked and what didn't work. You'd know about how you responded and where your vulnerabilities are if you become overwhelmed, and what strategies work for you, and how best you can keep your children calm and confident that you know what you're doing.